Namaste. Well, it's now less than 3 weeks till the opening ceremonies of the Parliament of the World's Religions. I can't tell you how excited I am, even though I'm telling you with my Norwegian face. But I really am. We have a number of people from Fort Wayne showing, and since Fort Wayne's a small city, I'm excited about our contingent, and it's a diverse contingent. But I'm really aware of how everything has changed. How I spent a lot of time with Buddhists, and what we're told is that everything is impermanent, and that truly is the case. And so the last couple of weeks, had someone I cared about die, and died at a young age. But also 3 people get married, and so there's that whole circle of life. Things go on. There's reasons for other people to be joyful, even though some are grieving. And I think about that because one of the reasons I got involved in the Parliament of the World's Religions was because I knew the Dalai Lama was going to be there, and I've been fascinated and attracted to this man since the late 60s in high school. And I remember going to the Field Museum in Chicago and going to the second floor to the display on Tibet before the Chinese invasion, and watching the Buddhists and the gongs and the monks with the huge shoulders and the big hats and stuff, and them drinking their yak milk tea. And I've been interested in all forms of Buddhism, but Tibetan Buddhism, which is something kind of standalone, really struck me. So when I was in Nepal, I went to a Tibetan resettlement village, and I had yak milk tea there, and made me feel connected to those early times. So I was fascinated by the Dalai Lama. We're in Indiana. Bloomington, Indiana is a major center for the Dalai Lama. And so I was looking forward to going to Salt Lake City and being in the room with this man. And then last night, as you all are aware, the word came out that in his last medical check, the doctors told him to go home and cancel all his trips for a month. And so he will not be with us, and that's a disappointment. And I'd like to be really mature and say, well, I'm very concerned about the Dalai Lama. Well, I am. I don't want to minimize that. My thoughts, prayers, and meditations go to him. But I'm also honest enough to say I'm also disappointed. I want him to be there with him. Having said that, I just feel like the Parliament in some ways is a gift to me from him, because it's what drew me to the Parliament. I had first read about the Parliament back while attending a Unitarian church when my children were young, and the Parliament just sounded fascinating. And I remember growing up reading a book on the great religions of the world. I have a copy of it now, and just wanted to go to all those places, see all those different ways of worship. It was one of the fascinations of being in Nepal and India and Thailand, to be with the Buddhists and the Muslims and the Hindus. It was just Jains and Parsi, and it was just wonderful. Well, the Dalai Lama won't be there in 3 weeks, but everybody else will. And it will still be the largest gathering of Nobel laureates in the world. There's a play on 1984, which was the Delhi riots that targeted Sikh citizens, and it was a massacre, a real tragedy. But this play is a combination of dance and poetry and art, and I'm looking forward to seeing that, to seeing all different forms of poetry, to presenting, to going to presentations. There are going to be 600 workshops, 10,000 people, so it's getting exciting. The ambassadors are working their tushies off. We've been very, very busy, and that's exciting. And then afterwards, I'm going to be able to see interfaith in practice, because I'll spend 4 days in Chicago, some of it with Emmaus Ministry, which is ecumenical, but then in Turkey with a Muslim Christian dialogue group. And so looking forward to the next 3 weeks. And while I'm there, I'll certainly be taking pictures and commenting and uploading and keeping you all informed. So join us if you can. That would really be great. And if you can't, please follow us and be really active in your own communities with interfaith work. So peace and all good. Namaste.